Welcome back, everybody. Yesterday we did the Western Conference. This time we are doing the Eastern Conference standings predictions for the MLS. We're going to get right into this with number 15, Toronto FC.
Easy.
Um, it's not necessarily easy,
I
but
think it's obvious. I think it's so obvious.
I just think the Eastern Conference is so much more competitive than the Western Conference. Like the top 10, 11, 12 teams could all be in the playoffs, maybe even more than that. But in my opinion, Toronto is easily the weakest team.
I think the only saving grace Toronto has is that Insigne comes through and has the comeback season of his life. But if
Yeah.
that doesn't happen, I think it's very easy for them to just finish last in this. And we know how competitive the Eastern Conference is. So it's not like anything against them, but they're going to come in 15th.
Yep. Pretty simple. 14, Chicago Fire. I'm sorry, Shaqiri, but Chicago Fire is still not there. Gutierrez, great winger, scored 2 goals on opening day. They look like a decent team. But once again, I mean, the East, I think maybe, if I remember correctly, I don't remember who I put at 13th actually in this list. I don't remember who we put, but potentially from 13 up to 1 could all be in the playoffs, like in the conversation. So it's
Yeah.
just really tough to put them any higher there. But anyway, moving on to number 13, New York City FC. Okay, that's who I put there. NYC FC.
FC.
They're a good team. They've got some good talent, but they're
Yeah.
just not good enough. They've lost a lot of their
They're
big
very
pieces.
young up top. They're very,
Yep.
very young up top. So I think that's gonna be, you know what? It could either go this way, 13th, to be a learning year, or we'll have some breakout new stars to speak
Exactly.
about in the MLS. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tyus Magna, one of the best players that we've seen over the past few years, has been in talks of going to Europe over the past few years as
hmm
well. Right back Gray is also extremely good. But they're just not they've had a little bit of a downfall since they've lost some of their star players over the past few years.
Yeah.
Number 12, we got Montreal. This is a team where I'm just kind of like, okay, you're there. Better than better than the
You're
bottom three.
alive.
I'm they're just kind of there. Like I kind of forget about them sometimes, but they're better than the bottom 3 teams, but not good enough to get into the playoffs. I really have
Mm,
nothing more to say about them. They've got some good firepower up top, some solid players in defense, but there's really not much else to say about them in my opinion. They're just kind of going to be sticking around, get some big wins, have some tough losses, and they're just going to finish kind of like just in between the really bad teams and the playoff teams. Like that's just really all I can say about them.
yeah. They're like the born myth of the MLS.
Pretty much, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good
Yeah.
comparison there. Number 11, we have Charlotte FC. Now,
Dagger.
yeah, this one's tough. I mean, here's the thing though. Charlotte didn't have a good year last year, but I
No.
could also see them playing well. Like I feel like they got a good squad and they have some
Mm,
interesting players. They just need to put it all together, and I don't think they're going to.
No, I
Maybe by the
agree.
end of the
I don't
season.
think they're going to either, but I don't know. It's just so sad, like being in North Carolina, because the Charlotte fans are there. Like the
Yeah,
people around us, we love Charlotte. But I agree. I don't think it's clicked yet, and I don't know if that's an issue with the coach or what it is, but they need to get out of their own heads and figure out how to get their heads down and knock the ball around and play some good
yeah.
footy.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that they're in the Eastern Conference either, because I mean you're
Yeah.
talking about 11th in the Eastern Conference. Maybe they're potentially in a playoff spot in the West. So a
Uh-huh.
little bit tough, just not there yet.
Completely agree.
Number 10, New England Revolution. Now this was a tough one for me. I thought they could have been a little bit
Yeah.
higher. As you know, I love Esmir
I agree.
Bayraktar.
I think they could be a bit
He's
higher too.
he's elite, and this was tough for me because I wanted to put them higher. I think they could potentially finish 8th, maybe 7th. I think they have a really good. They've got a really solid team. They've got a
I
really
think
solid team.
I think my issue looking at this is that that you have them under Nashville. Like Nashville
Whoa,
could be a
whoa,
15th.
whoa,
Like
whoa. Okay,
Nashville could just
all
sit
right.
on the bottom tier.
Nah, 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 nah. Nashville is. playoff team. No question about it.
Nah. Don't do that.
Yeah. Number 10, DC United. Sorry, number 9, DC United. We're just moving
we
on.
skipped over New England.
We're moving on. We're moving on. Number 9, DC United. Christian Benteke was a beast on opening weekend. Scored a bunch of goals.
Yeah.
I think they're a good team. I think they've had a few down years, but I think they're finally starting to click. And I think, again, they're not going to be one of the top teams, but they're going to be kind of like teetering between the last 2 places in the playoffs and the last 2 places out of them. And it's just going to come down to the last few games of the season to see if they can squeak in.
I think I agree. I think they'll definitely make playoffs. I don't know. They're a team that I want to do well. I don't necessarily know if they will. Like I could see them dropping lower, or if we see New York City or Charlotte or one of these other teams make a bit of a run, I could see them being the guys to drop. But I hope they do well for no other reason than I hope they do. I have no real reason, but I think they're an easy team to love for.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Number 8, Atlanta United. A team that was close to the top of the MLS or the Eastern Conference in their first few seasons or just a few years ago. But the Eastern Conference has gotten a lot more competitive, and they really haven't gotten a whole lot better. Obviously, Thiago Almada, arguably the best player in the MLS, could be going to Europe soon. A lot of conversations. Hey, he's a World Cup winner too. Big time.
That's true. That's true.
But I just think Atlanta is a good team, just not good enough to finish higher than this. I think they'll make the playoffs, but just not good enough.
It's just been very stagnant from them for a while now.
Yep.
But yeah, hopefully they can turn it around. Actually, no, I don't want them to do well. That's a team that's easy to hate.
Yeah, they kind of can be.
You're such a loser, bro. You don't know ball, dude.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. You just put what 2011 Barcelona in 7th
exactly
of the MLS.
The key thing is 2011 Barcelona. They're all
no, but it doesn't
now.
matter. It doesn't matter. No.
Luis Suarez,
you're crazy.
Luis Suarez has looked horrible. The man can't walk.
Don't stress about it, bro.
Luis Suarez can't move 3 feet without losing his breath and having to put his hands on his knees. Messi is obviously Messi's amazing.
About it, bro.
Love Messi.
Busquets is amazing. Alba's playing well. Drake Calendar's strong in net.
They have looked so poor. Even though they've won one and drawn one, they have looked so poor in these first 2 games of the season. They are not going to do well. Maybe 7th is a little bit
everybody. It's a mind trick. It's a Jedi mind trick. Messi's I just don't
trust
Force.
It. I don't trust it. I don't think they're good enough. Maybe 7th is a little bit too much of a shout, but they're not.
7th is low.
7th. They're not going to finish in the top 3.
Low. This also just exposing to everybody that I'm an MLS merchant, just being yeah, Messi's on the team. They're going to do well.
Yeah, no, Messi's probably going to score 30+ goals, but it's not going to help them at the end of the day.
They're going 15th. They're going.
They're not. Nashville is a good team. They've brought a lot of good talent in. Hani Mukhtar is the best player in the MLS behind Messi. Okay. But he is the best MLS player outside of him. You bring in Sam Surridge from Nottingham Forest, great striker. Tyler Boyd, who had a great year last year, with the Galaxy comes in. Who?
Sam Surridge.
No, he's from Nottingham, I believe.
I think you're wrong on this. I know English soccer. I don't know American soccer.
I'm pretty sure he came from Norwich. I am the Nashville fan.
Guys, wait for Matt to apologize to me right here because I'm never wrong.
Nottingham Forest, January 22nd of the 23rd.
You're a dirty liar. You're a dirty liar.
Now, he was in Bournemouth back in 2017 and 18, but he's at Nottingham Forest last. I believe he went from Bournemouth to Nottingham. No, he went from Bournemouth to Stoke, and then Stoke to Nottingham Forest.
All right, you continue talking. I'm looking up his history.
All right, well, I just read the history. Anyway, Nashville, an insane defensive team, and now they've brought in a lot of firepower in the offense. My only concern is the midfield. I think it's very defensive, and they need someone to be able to transition from the defense to the attack, and they don't really have that. So, a little concern there, but attack is really good. arguably the best goalkeeper in the MLS in Joe Willis, and then one of the best defenses.
Yeah, I
Well,
concede, by
Seth's.
the way.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you concede. Number 5, you got Orlando City. They're a team that could be competing for that top spot in the East. Have a lot of good players. They just signed Muriel from La Liga. They've got obviously one of our favorite players, Duncan McGuire, as well. Facundo Torres is a great talent, Uruguayan midfielder. I mean, they have a lot of really good talent. It's
Hmm.
just, as I said, the Eastern Conference is so competitive. They're going to finish just a little bit lower than they probably should.
Yeah.
But I've got them in 5th.
Yeah, so I don't really have much to add to that. Duncan
Yeah,
McGuire's a baller. I think they could maybe push a little higher, but I think 5th is
yeah.
safe for them.
I really think fourth to first can go in, or 5th to first can go in any order. I think
Mm.
there's a lot of really talented teams there. FC Cincinnati going to finish 4th. Good team. Matt Miazga, great. Vildino, great in the midfield. I mean, Celentano is the goalkeeper. They've got a good team. I mean, there's really not much to say about them. They obviously lost Brennan Vasquez, their top striker, but I think they'll be able to cope with that. That's another reason why I don't have them in the top 3. But I still think they're going to
Hmm.
be a really good team, one of the best over the past 2 seasons, and they should continue to play well.
I'm really interested to see this top 3 by you.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Ugh!
I
Ugh!
mean, I
I
think
think
that's
that maybe should have been Columbus.
I don't know. See, okay, here's the thing. I think the top 3 are extremely difficult. I think Columbus is a very good team. They obviously won the
They
MLS Cup
are.
last year, but
But nothing
I
good
think
comes out of Ohio. We have to
I
remember that life's
I
phrase.
think they are I think they're going to be good. I really think they're going to be good this year. They've got
Yeah.
some really good talent in the midfield. Obviously, they've got um, Schultz, the goalkeeper, who we saw made the U.S. men's national team roster for that last friendly. They've got a really good team. But before we get to them, Philadelphia Union, I don't know why we started talking about them real quick, but the Philadelphia Union, one of the best teams in the MLS over the past few years.
For
I mean,
sure, for
arguably
sure.
the best defense in the league. They've got what's his name, Jack McGlynn, one of our favorite center mids in the MLS. Ura, who's one of the best strikers. I mean, they've just got a good team, and then we have Columbus, number 2.
Ooh, interesting.
So I
Okay.
think those two can kind of flip flop. I think Columbus could have a really good year this year. I pretty much already talked about him, so I'm not going to do too much more.
Yeah.
But Zawadzki,
Wow,
Aiden
you have
Morris,
a lot of faith in the Red Bulls.
and I think, bro, they just signed Emil Forsberg. They looked
I
so good against
know.
Nashville.
Forsberg's a huge signing. He's
Yep.
so great, dude. When he was
You
at
got,
Leipzig, oh my
yep.
goodness.
The Nealis brothers on defense are extremely good.
Mm.
You've got Frankie Amaya, who's one of the best midfielders already. Um, Edelman looked amazing in the midfield. They are just such a good team. I think New York
This is
Red
a
Bulls could
big pull
easily.
from you.
I think the Red Bulls could easily win the Eastern Conference, and I could see them being a title contender for the MLS Cup in the playoffs. They are a
I
really
hope
solid
this
team.
doesn't get us. I hope this doesn't take us like a photo of us and then we get memed at the end of the season. Because I'm telling you what, a lot of the MLS pundits were not agreeing with this in my pre-analysis notes, but I'm here for it.
No, I'm here for it. I think they are a really good team. Now they have to all stay healthy and they have to
Mm,
click, but they looked
yeah,
really good against Nashville in the first match of the season. But
yeah.
these are our predictions. Let us know what you guys think. If we are completely wrong, let me know where Inter Miami goes. They probably belong closer to 13th, 14th, but I was nice to
Oh,
bet into that number.
dude, that's where Nashville's gonna fall, brother.
Nah, nah, nah.
Should
Anyway,
we take a
that's it.
bet? Should we take a bet who finishes higher, Nashville or Inter Miami?
No, but
I'll put $50 against you that Inter Miami finish higher than Nashville by
all
the end
right,
of the
why not?
season.
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. $50
All
on it.
right,
Nashville's finishing higher. You heard it here first,
no
everybody.
shot.
Gambling isn't good, by the way. No, we don't promote gambling. All
No,
right.
we use Prize Picks and FanDuel if you want to sponsor us.
Anyway, that's it from us here for the MLS
Yeah.
here. and we'll be back tomorrow with a tenable. So look forward
Thank
to
you
that.
guys.